Alright, pals, today I'm going to be exploring and explaining the Numberblocks Iceberg Explained. So apparently Numberblocks is this kindergarten show that teaches you all about math and stuff, and an iceberg is apparently a ranking tier list which at the very top it's everything that you know. In the center it's like everything that you might know, might not know, and at the bottom it's everything that's very obscure, terrifying, and what you don't know about the show. And I thought I want to do it myself because my top fives weren't getting that much publicity, I guess. So here I go. Numberblocks is educational. Let's start off with the most common thing everyone knows about Numberblocks. It is an educational little kids show that teaches kids about math. Alright, I want to get that out of the way. Here we go. Songs. Okay, so there are a lot of songs in Numberblocks. They most likely appear when a brand new number block is introduced, as this went from 1 to 20. But so they also include other miscellaneous songs, such as the Number Blob song, the 10 Green Balls song, and the 10 Again song. Counting. Okay, so lots of episodes introduce brand new number blocks by going up from 1 all the way up to 32. After that, they kind of skip and go to random different numbers such as 35, 36, 50, 100, etc. Math. So, just like with Numberblocks is educational, I think all of you guys know this, but Numberblocks most likely teaches math, mostly with fractions, addition, and all that. However, sometimes they actually talk about different things, such as teamwork and confidence, which I do like a lot. Learning Blocks. Learning Blocks is a YouTube channel which combines alpha blocks, color blocks, and yes, number blocks all together, which it can multiply and teach kids about many different educational stuff, such as how colors work, how numbers work, and how letters work. However, alpha blocks will also come into play later in the iceberg, so please keep that in mind. Official YouTube channel. Speaking of channels, let's talk about the main Numberblocks channel. Apparently, obviously, it focuses all on number blocks, on math and drawing, and making number blocks out of Play-Doh, and all that stuff. It's mostly an arts and crafts / math learning channel. Roles. So every number block in the show seems to have their own roles. For example, 6 is good at puzzles and tricks, mostly due to there being 6 spots on the dice and the numbers going up to 6 on the spots. And 7 is considered lucky and has a rainbow body, mostly due to there being 7 colors of the rainbow, and for 7 being known as a lucky number as well. However, some roles of the show don't really make sense, like how come 17 is a painter and how come 11 is a football star, as neither one has anything to do with the numbers. And also, number block 13 actually does have a role, which is actually based on something real with the number, which we'll talk about later. Oh dear. But with that, the Numberblocks Iceberg Level 1 is complete. Easter eggs. Okay, so there are lots of Easter eggs appearing throughout the Numberblocks series, and also somehow make their way from alpha blocks to Numberblocks, including the dog, which first and only appeared in the first episode of Numberblocks, known as 1. Specials. Okay, so Numberblocks, just like with Alphablocks, release lots of these 20-minute specials or even full episodes. Most of them are usually about time travel, how to learn how a clock works, and some pirate journeys to like the magic mirror and stuff like that. Common gags. So apparently Numberblocks has lots of crazy gags, such as some episodes being repeated from season 1. The most likely one is the One Wonderful World, One Me episode, aka 1. Most of the song keeps getting repeated for like a bunch of times. And also, it's pretty good to know that some trees and birds from the original episode kind of often appear these days, so wow. Merchandise. Apparently, after Numberblocks release, there's always been a bunch of merchandise mostly designed for young children, such as books, plushies, and probably clothes too. Holidays. Apparently, we mentioned earlier about the Numberblocks specials. Well, they also had a holiday special that is available on YouTube. It mostly shows the first 12 Numberblocks singing the 12 days of Christmas for the Numberblocks audience. And it doesn't really go that well, but it is pretty good, and I think right now is the perfect time to mention that. Growing up. Like what we mentioned earlier with the counting and the math, apparently Numberblocks continue growing and growing and growing even beyond 100, such as 1,000, 1,000,000, and probably soon enough 10 million, which probably means that Numberblocks is going to go from kindergarten all the way up to career about learning about math and all that, which I think is pretty cool. Numberblocks almost ended. That's right. So on Netflix, the last episode on season 6 is known as 100 Ways to Leave the Planet, which I realized that they were ending the show. And this had nothing to do with math, but more like confidence, like we mentioned earlier. I do not know why they want to end Numberblocks like that, because there's still lots of things to learn about Numberblocks. I guess they wanted to do a Peppa Pig Bluey-like situation. Crossover. Okay, so remember when I said earlier that the Alphablocks will eventually be back involved into this iceberg? Well, actually, Alphablocks and Numberblocks did a full-on crossover, which included 4 different episodes of them hanging out and stuff like that. So I have to say that's pretty cool. Season 7 to 8. Okay, so right after the final episode and the crossover, they did bring back Numberblocks for season 7 to 8. And apparently features things such as Numberblocks disguising as other Numberblocks and stuff like that. And there's also like these like 5 shops and dice games and all that. It's pretty cool. Go check it out. It's pretty good. More than one face. Okay, so right before Numberblocks 21 and up figure themselves out, they used to actually have 2 faces. 20's face would be attached to 1's face right before Numberblock 21. 20's face would be attached to 5's face right before the square number 25, etc., etc., etc. And apparently that is a little bit weird, but also perfect for this level. And now, my friends, we enter level 3. And be warned, guys, this is when things start to turn a little bit more obscure and terrifying. So, unless if you might want your child to be ruined, I recommend you turn back. But if those who are ready, turn off the lights, grab your popcorn, and your Numberblocks toys, and soda, because we are going to be diving into some very dark and obscure facts about Numberblocks. Animation mistakes. Odds are, when you're watching this video, you probably heard of animation mistakes. It's apparently when lots of animators accidentally mess up on some parts of the cartoons. And obviously Numberblocks also does too, by accidentally adding another number block or number at the top. However, the reason why it's so low on the iceberg is because it's pretty rare to spot an animation mistake of Numberblocks. 2 likes 21. Okay, I'm not trying to be a creep or anything, but in the episode where we first meet 21 and 22's counterpart, apparently 2's eyes start to wobble and turn squishy and look straight up and look big, almost as if he has a wow on 21. Unlucky number 13. Okay, so remember earlier when I said that 13 has a secret role? Well, apparently in real life, the number 13 in some countries mean unlucky, as there is no 13 on an elevator floor and there's no 13 on an airport pocket. And obviously Numberblocks took that inspiration for 13's counterpart. Poor guy. Numberblocks use AI. Okay, so apparently AI has been striking the entire world for pretty much 8 months now, and the photo that you're seeing right now is actually a thumbnail from my boy Snap, which I give big shout out to him. Go check out his channel. It'll be linked in the description down below. But apparently, what you see right here are a bunch of number blocks that look all AI-ish and stuff like that, and apparently AI has been doing that. Lots of people have been asking AI to continue the series looking like this, and obviously I am not ready for it, and I don't think you guys are either. The secret number blocks. Okay, so there are these like number blocks that have been either banned or scrapped from existence in the show. Even though most of these are going to be educational, we don't know what all of them are going to be like, and apparently they are very obscure, and this is why they're on the deepest part of the iceberg. Popular YouTuber Snap has figured out some of these lost number block characters, so I'll link some of his videos in the description down below for you to watch. But with that, we finally finished this iceberg. Oh my gosh, guys, that iceberg took, well, only 2 days, but that was a very huge journey for me. And remember, if I did do something wrong in the middle of the video, please keep a comment to yourself, because I try my best. I've been doing this all last night. I've been thinking about it all night, and finally I finished it today, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it, and I will see you guys next time. And remember, if this gets 100,000 likes, I'll probably make like a part 2 or even an Alpha Blocks iceberg next. Even though that I didn't really watch Alpha Blocks as much as I did with Numberblocks, it was still pretty fun to make, and I'm probably going to do a lot more in the future. So, see you later.